Welcome to Excel Tips and tip number 33. In this tip we're going to show you a little bit about forms and form control. This is going to be a bit of a tough one because 2003 is very different to 2010 and 2007. I may well be doing it the hard way in 2007 and 2010, but that's the way I do it, so I'm going to show you the way that I do it. I will try my hardest right now to talk through 2003 as I go. But bear in mind it's very different to the 2007-10 approach. So on screen we have a simple loan calculation showing the payments or repayments that were going to be made off some input data. And what we want to do is say, well, let's control this by forms. So in 2007 and 10, by default, forms is nowhere to be found on the menu system. That's the first challenge which you come to. So back in one of the prior tutorials, we showed you how to customize the ribbon. So go customize and tick on developer. And in the developer section, we have the insert module. Now, the equivalent to this in 2003, you go view, toolbars, and then forms. A toolbar will appear. You might already have it up, you might not. But that's going to have all your controls on it. So I'm going to select insert a scroll bar. I'm going to show you two ways of doing this. So scroll bar via ActiveX. This might be the reason why I'm doing it the hard way. And via ActiveX, you can see it's now in design mode, and we can select properties, which is a not GUI interface like you would expect in 2003. Now I'm going to link that to cell C4. And now that's linked to cell C4, I'm going to quickly change the delay to 0. I'm going to change the maximum to 1000. Happy with the level of change to be 1 minimum. Yep, all happy with that. So that's locked into that cell, and I'm going to quickly change my percentage and say it's going to equal that divided by 1000 because I know what my max was. So at the moment it's sitting at 0%. At the same stage, I'm going to insert a tick box with ActiveX as well. And I'm going to try this again with just the form controls in a second. Now we need to go to properties here. Oh, sorry, up here, properties. And we're going to say linked cell is C6, which is the cell behind it. And we're going to change this formula just quickly to if brackets this, because it will have a true or false response. If it's ticked, it's true. If it's false, it's 0. Then we're going to have quote yes and quote no. Okay, now I'm going to turn off design mode, and you'll see I'm going to click on, and you can see that's changing from yes to no. Interest only, yes. Interest rate 0. Well, we'll change that, and we can change the interest up in its increments using a scroll bar, which is pretty cool. And you can see behind it, you can see a little bit of false written there and true. You can hide these and whatnot. It makes it a lot easier, but I've just done the quick and easy way. So now we're going to try do it a different way, which is going to be closer, I believe, to the Excel 2003 version. So just let me go to design mode and delete these off and clear out the cells. Now, in Excel 2003, form controls. So I'm going to have a scroll bar, and I'll quickly put that in there. And now if I go format control, absolutely correct. It looks like 2003, and this is the easy way. Link cell, and we're going to say C4. If it lets me, I'm going to have to type it in, C4. And we're going to say maximum value 1000, minimum 0, current value 0, incremental change 1, page change, yep, all happy with that. Okay, and for this one we're going to say insert design mode, form control, tick box. And that's a little bit larger than I was hoping for, but that's okay. Form control, again, control cell link is going to be C6, just the cell above. And we're going to have it unchecked to start. So now if I tick it, you'll see it goes true, false, true, false. And again, we've got interest rate scrolling. So in 2003, it will look almost essentially exactly the same as your form control ones. The second way that I showed you, which is the easy way. If you want to use ActiveX, which has a little bit more coding involved, by all means use that in 2007 and 10, which is the way which I used to do it, and it's a little bit more difficult, but you've got a little bit more control over the functionality of the items. That's form controls, and you can see very quickly that it can be useful in doing analysis on different areas, making it a lot easier for you to quickly change what your variables are, and seeing what the outcome is depending on the change in the variable. Hopefully that can give you something to play around with and test different variables and different combinations out with some of your models.